Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Buzzard's Nest podcast. I know it's been a while, but we're back. It's me, Buzz, and special guest with me is,
FlJagoff.
and we're back together. We are switching things up as we stated in the Facebook page. If you're watching, business has changed. We have different ideas and thoughts. So far, we decided on state versus state on the funniest, weirdest, strangest police blotters. I have three. My three are from Pennsylvania, the home state, my home state. And FlJagoff is doing. What are you doing this week?
Let's see. Well, of course, Florida is the gift that keeps on giving. So I have some from Florida, and then if we have time, I have some from a couple other states as well.
Okay. I tell you what, I'm going to go from lamest to what I consider the best. But since you're the guest here, I'm going to let you fire off your first one.
Well, my first one, unfortunately, isn't a funny one. We're going to go, and it's going to be rather short. Picture this. Interstate 95 through Florida is 6 lanes. Now, not only is it 6 lanes, it usually has a rather large median in between that.
Yeah.
And imagine, if you will, a guy on a motorcycle traveling northbound on this interstate.
Okay.
And like we frequently have down here, we have afternoon thunderstorms.
Yeah.
They last for 10, 15 minutes. Boom, they're gone. Well, this poor guy must have had the worst luck out of any person on the face of this earth, because on this motorcycle, riding by himself, he was flying up the highway, and a bolt of lightning struck him square in the helmet, killing him instantly, causing the bike to cream off the side of the road, and the guy went flying, already lifeless, but he went flying. Now, is that a Florida story or what?
That is definitely a Florida story. How would you even explain that? Like, was there any other accidents? Did it say in the article? Or?
No other accidents. This poor guy, you're always kind of taught lightning is going to hit the highest point and this and that, and the old wives' tales and things like that. But I'm going to say apparently none of that's true, because he had to be one of the shortest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not laughing to laugh at what happened to the guy. I'm laughing at the dumb luck.
Yeah. How would you feel as the person traveling like behind him and seeing that?
I'd probably be just as stunned as I am now talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see the dash cam video, but I don't want to see the guy dying. I just want to, is this possible? Is there any photos of this guy's helmet? That's what I'd like to see.
Absolutely, there is. You can use the old Googleizer, and if you type in I think you type in something like Florida motorcyclist struck by lightning, and it's one of the first articles to show up. He had a black helmet, and this helmet had 2 gaping holes in it with a crack between them. So, I mean, I have to say, fortunately for this poor guy, it was instantaneous.
Okay, I actually typed it in. I have the image here. It's going to give me a news report. Please don't start playing. Yeah, I see the image here. I might have to add this for our YouTube version, maybe.
I mean, come on now. I mean, the guy, I don't know, probably have his name and such here, but I'm not going to mention his name. He was a resident of North Carolina, so I'm assuming he was down here on vacation or family visit or something. One of those reasons why you come to Florida.
Wow.
And I believe he was going northbound, so he was heading towards home.
Yeah. Off the good one there. The only pictures I have are the helmet and it looks like 3 lanes of traffic blocked up for miles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay. That one was intense for me. So.
Yeah, mine's a short one. This is from last year, and this is reported out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, from the police blotter.
Nice.
A retired police chief says he was robbed by probably the dumbest criminal in Pennsylvania. It happened Friday morning at the police officers convention near Harrisburg, where 300 narcotics officers from Pennsylvania and Ohio were gathered. I mentioned the guy's last name, but John says he came out of a stall in the men's room, and a man was pointing a gun at his face, demanding his money. John gave up his money and his cell phone, but when the man fled, John and some of the colleagues that were at the convention of the 300 narcotics officers and police officers chased him. They chased the 19-year-old male as he was trying to leave in a taxi. They had all surrounded the taxi, pulled him out, and then arrested him. When the reporter asked the 19-year-old male for a comment as he was led to court, all he could say was, "I'm smooth."
Yeah, smooth like some 60 grit sandpaper.
Yeah. I just thought that was hilarious. You go to a convention center, usually have a big sign inside that says, convention meeting of so and so and such and such. So what would drive him to even go in there? I mean, like you said, he must have been the dumbest one there.
I think we have another candidate for one of the most unfortunate people that have the most dumb luck.
Yeah.
I could just imagine that.
So that's my short one. After that, I keep getting longer because I kept finding good ones. Hey, what do you got next?
Okay, well, I'm going to counter this one with this happened in Palm Bay, Florida, and to tell the story and to give it some life, instead of reading it, I'm going to kind of go with how I put it together in my mind. So, during the past 7 months, the city of Palm Bay has been plagued with burglaries in which a suspect cuts the screens around the pools that we have down here, or some pools aren't screened in. They're just out, just have a pool deck area.
Yeah.
And this person would only steal pool floats.
Okay.
So only steal pool floats. Now, pool floats cost what? $3 at a dollar store or something like that. I mean, so 7 months, this guy kept stealing these pool floats and such. And, they finally caught this guy, and his name was Christopher. Stole pool floats.
Okay.
To have sex with them.
Okay.
So he stole these to have sex with them, and to take it a step further, he says that he did this instead of raping women.
Oh my God.
This goes on for 7 months. So, reading from this here, officers said that Christopher admitted to going into the victims' backyards and stealing their pool toys. About 75 floats were found in Christopher's possession, police say.
You have the right to remain silent.
So he kept in every one of them. He didn't use them and throw them away.
No, he just satisfied himself and guess kept them. I don't know why he would keep them. I mean, he kept them in his house. But the report states that Christopher stated that he sexually gratifies himself with the pool floats instead of raping women. There's your quote of the day.
Oh my God.
That is definitely something that has Florida written all over it.
Oh, God. I can't imagine, 75 pool floats probably, all around his bed. They're all crusty. Whatever he did to them.
And then there's the ones waiting out in the living room.
Yeah. And then he gets sick of them after one use, so he goes running out to steal some other person's pool toys to have something different.
Oh my God.
I wonder if he discriminated, like they had to be in shape of animals or something, or if it was like actually like the giant swan. He had that in his bedroom somewhere, and he's like,
"Hello, Miss Swan. It's you and me making love tonight."
"Oh, look what I found tonight, a ducky."
Instead of that hot brunette down the street, I decided to make love to the swan.
Oh my God! Instead of trying to be a normal human being,
There's a lot more. There's so many questions that I want to ask this dude.
I know.
I swear to God.
That's like you want to know a police officer somewhere down in Florida that you can like say, "Hey, you have any more pictures of this like the news don't have that I can just like so I can understand the thought process of the person."
I mean,
like I want the pictures from the crime scene.
I mean, I have this shape of a round inner tube with an animal head sticking out of the front of it. I'm trying to think how he made that work.
And it no longer looks like a happy kid's toy either. It's got a face of disgust because it's just been violated in a way it was never meant to be.
That poor unicorn. Maybe he used to hit the horn of the unicorn on himself. You never know.
God. And what about it's got to get a court. So all these things become evidence. So that poor person that has to work in the evidence locker, inventory these items, put them away, and put them in a sheet for roll call for court. You see the guy probably cussing under his breath for each one he picks.
Oh my God!
Suit and everything else.
I would love to follow this. Now I know for a fact that Palm Bay is in Brevard County. In Brevard County, they do live stream their court sessions.
Oh, that would be choice. You gotta watch it. Tell us more.
So I don't know. I don't know if they give advance like these are the case. Here's the docket number for this case and this case, and today we're going to be handling this case or not. But I tell you what, I might not even make it to court though. I mean, he openly admitted it to the cops. So.
He's probably gonna claim insanity or something. At least I would. My next one is from one of our favorite counties in Pennsylvania. The
Florida of the North, huh?
Yeah, we jokingly, as far as I've ever known and grown up, it's called Fayette County, but we call it Fayette Nom.
You got it.
Things that go on there you will never see ever again. Now, this one isn't too bad, but it is the arrogance of the criminal in my mind. And it's not just a criminal, it's a whole organization, as you will see. A rod and gun club in rural Fayette County had been busted for allegedly being a longtime speakeasy, which means they sold unlicensed alcohol sales and gambling.
Nice.
It was raided. Now, this is a private club.
Right.
Very private club. Everybody has to know everybody to get in. The only reason it was raided because they let in an undercover officer. He was able to become a member. He was a member there for a year, recording everything he's seen. Yeah. After doing reviews, IRS raids, all their paperwork and everything. And now this is from November 2018 is when it began, the investigation. nearly 150 gallons of beer, 55 liters of liquor and or wine, 3,400 in cash, and various items associated with illegal gambling were seized from Franklin Rod and Gun Club. Yeah. When officers from the State Police Bureau of Liquor Control Enforcement served a civil search warrant in November, the complaint alleged that the club in, I'm not even going to read road, was running and operating as a fully functional speakeasy for financial gain and financial gain only. The max fine they can face as a club is $45,000. This now they're stating that it hasn't gone to trial yet, and this is 2019, mid 2019, because they are seeing that the club has been operating in this manner illegally for 30 plus years, with never owning a valid Pennsylvania liquor license or small game of chance.
30 years. Well, let me tell you what, the good old boy network is still alive and well in Fayette County, is it not?
Yeah. And here's a good statement of that right here. Multiple attempts by officers in the past to enter the club has been unsuccessful, and voice messages from the alleged club members have been left on the police department's answer machines, the liquor tax board, stating they would never get an officer inside their club. That's how arrogant it was.
Oh my God! I could just why do I have this image? You use the term speakeasy, and right away my mind goes back to Prohibition. And I feel like those guys are down there at range practice with Tommy guns.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? The word speakeasy just brings it out for me,
Yeah. My fault. Where was I? The undercover officer went in the first night. He bought Miller Lite bottles and fireball shots at the club on 7 separate occasions after gaining membership. Each of the 12-ounce beers, one 12-ounce beer and one shot cost $2. That is incredibly low. I worked at a VFW. That is incredibly low.
Oh my Lord. I used to belong to a club similar to that whenever I was the Pennsylvania resident.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, it just had the small games of chance kind of thing going on,
Yeah.
Nothing to this extreme or this extravagant, like this. That's just unreal to me that this place has been going on like that for 30 some odd years.
Yeah, and just their arrogance of calling up the answering services of the authorities that should be involved, saying you'll never get anybody in the club. They're like just admitting that you're doing something wrong.
Come on, you assholes! Come on and try it.
Yeah, come on in. We'll get you. You won't get us. I thought that was interesting. That was a good one out of a Fayette. I'm going to look for more because there's usually something crazy up there.
Oh, goodness. You probably don't have to look very hard either.
No. Okay, what's your next one? Because I got a doozy for my last one. It's probably a long read, too, but it's interesting shit.
All right, so this one can be long. I'm going to try not to read the whole darn thing. So, all right, so picture this. You've just scored your dream home at a great deal, only to find instead of a villa that you bid on, you spent your hard-earned money on a 12-inch strip of land. This was exactly the fate that befell one Florida man who became the case example of the pearls of not reading the fine print.
Oh, God.
12-inch strip of land.
Oh, this had to be a guy that bought this without, he did it all himself. He didn't have an agent or anything.
I'm assuming that the Sun Centennial reported that I can't even. I don't even want to say this dude's name. Thought he found a hidden gem in an online auction of properties, and with defaulted taxes put up by the town. So this was an online auction.
Okay.
So this particular parcel number was one of 10 properties put up for sale in the auction. Bidding started at $2,100. The winner paid a final bid of $9,100, which he thought was a killer deal for a villa that last sold for $228,000.
Okay.
But alas, his winnings were quite smaller. It is a 12-inch strip of land, not on the end, but it was in between him and his neighbor. So now he owns a 12-inch strip of land between two properties.
You got pwned.
It starts at the curb where the two mailboxes have been installed, goes under the wall separating the garages of the two adjoining villas, then extends out to the back of the lot. So you figure 1 foot 1 foot wide and the length of an entire lot of two houses. He now owns a strip. And it's mostly covered by a wall.
Who would put that up for sale? That's my question. Who would?
Well, apparently someone had to have owned it.
Yeah.
And they defaulted on their taxes, which, let me tell you, if I owned it, I probably would have let it go that way too.
Yeah.
Because who's ever going to buy it?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. He didn't have. It appears that the disappointed buyer wasn't the only one to fold. He was one of 4 bidders on the property.
Oh, Jesus.
Which, in their defense, was depicted on the website with its adjacent homes.
Oh.
So
the details. They just went for the picture.
You damn right they did. They put the picture up, and these poor people were bidding on it, thinking it was that last house that last sold for $228,000.
Oh, God.
That happened in Broward County.
So that's got to be like a what do I want to say? Like a homeowners association plan or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's all we have down here.
Oh, God.
That's one thing. That's one thing that the Pennsylvania had. They didn't have a lot of HOAs up there. At least in Western Pennsylvania, where we're from.
No, I know there's a lot in the Poconos region because that's a tourist area itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot up there, but not down here. There isn't. As much as the new homes are expanding in this area, it's just there aren't any.
Yeah, but as I get older, I get it. I get their value.
I like a house that I can control and no one can tell me what I can and can't put on there. And a buddy of mine, how long was it now? Probably good 15 years ago, moved into one near the Poconos, and he bought the house, and he was moved in. I think it was the 3rd week he was in there. They tried to cite him for $500 because there was nothing covering their propane tank that provided them their gas or heat. And he's like,
right.
"Bought the house," and they're like, "Well, we updated the things, and the update was 3 years before he bought it." But he's the one getting cited for it.
Unbelievable.
There's something else he got, because this housing plan had no, didn't have a million street lights in it. It was like a very dark and very quiet place. They put LED lighting to go up to his driveway so he could see it with a lit up street address.
Okay.
It was only solar lit, so it wasn't like a neon sign or something. They wanted to cite him for that too, because the lights were going onto the street.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, there's reasons I could see why it helps, and I can see why it's no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said we got kind of sidetracked. I think you're up next.
Yeah, we did.
As always.
Yeah, that's how the show goes, though. This one is my ace in the hole out of the 3, I believe.
Got it.
This is an old story that's becoming new, but it's the first time I ever seen it. This is called The Notorious Swiss Cheese Pervert.
Oh God.
This is out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This case is already tried and true, so I am going to say the actor's name, Christopher Paganone, 42. He has pled guilty of various charges after flashing women while holding Swiss cheese.
Wow.
Hell.
Okay, and the reason he's called the Swiss cheese pervert isn't because he admitted to flashing women with Swiss cheese. They took his photo and he let them. No pants on, in his car, holding 2 slices of big deli Swiss cheese.
No, really?
And a raging hard on.
Ah.
Okay. His thing was to drive around and approach women while driving in his car with his genitals exposed, holding slices of cheese. 4 women were victims of this. 2 of them captured photos and videos of them in the act while he talked to them. Main stakeout area was the dating website OkCupid. And he said because he wasn't popular on there, wasn't getting a lot of messages or replies back, it drove him to have sex with cheese. Yeah, he's a sex offender now, of course.
Wonder if we should hook him up with the pull toy boy down here.
Yeah, the sex and cheese and pull toys.
I love it.
Let me get back to the main part of it. He would drive up to his victims, expose himself to them, and ask them if they would like to be paid to engage in sex acts with him involving Swiss cheese.
He needs some milk.
Yeah.
I don't know why this one's just keeping me laughing.
And this one I wish that I can. It's censored, but I have the pictures from the ladies that took him with him holding in his car, laid back in his car, no pants on. That part's blacked out, holding a big slice of Swiss cheese, and it's goddamn hilarious. And he's on a dating site, but he has a 12-year-old daughter and a wife.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, when he was arrested. He removed a large block of cheese from his pockets, and he asked women on the street if it'd be all right to give her $20 to rub the Swiss cheese on his penis. His quote. Wait, there's a quote in here that's so hilarious from this thing. He developed this fetish because of his rejection from his wife, the dating website. It helped him deal with his sexual urges. Quote, I found that women tend to like dairy products and settled on cheese represent that girl. Thus, I started having sex with cheese. I love the way Swiss cheese feels against my penis.
What?
Either a slice of Swiss being wrapped around my penis,
What?
or a chunk of Swiss being rubbed on my penis.
What?
Oh. I love even more when a woman uses Swiss cheese to pleasure me, or simply wrap Swiss cheese slices around my penis and allow me to hang out with her as I wear the cheese.
Oh my God.
He explained that he prefers to have sex with cheese over traditional sex and jokes. Quote, I am lucky I never became a rapist. An alternative to this form of infatuation. See, this guy could be with the freaking pull guy. I'm still quoting. I tried many different kinds of cheese, like provolone, cheese whiz, Jack and cheddar, but settled with Swiss as the best. First and foremost, picture of the cheese. Most of the time they use the representation of Swiss cheese. but also because of its eye pattern texting, it makes it feels on my penis. God, this guy's killing me. Well, okay. One time alone, he quoted on the fucking. I'm saying it. I don't care. It's my podcast. Fucking dating website. I was able to wrap and wear a good pound and a half of Swiss cheese again. And wear the Swiss cheese for hours at a time before I could climax. Have the Swiss cheese hang there.
Oh my God.
He doesn't like to taste the Swiss cheese. I picked this article. It's still killing me.
Oh, he doesn't like that nutty flavor.
I don't like the taste of Swiss cheese, but I really like mozzarella. One cheese I've never used on myself because I eat it too much. So no, still quoting. No, I do not eat the cheese after I'm done using it for pleasure. It is discarded. Hey, this guy admits it. He doesn't keep it like the pool toy guy. It's still quote, I'm always asked that question.
Oh, Christ.
I'm crying. So the reason I brought this guy up is, I gotta catch my breath. The DA dropped they'd actually be minor charges because he never touched anybody. He just it'd be indecent assault, which can be a minor thing.
Right.
They dropped these charges because they want to put him on a whole slew of other ones and make it even harder on this guy.
Okay.
Because he was limited. He wasn't allowed to drive around the area. The only place he was allowed to do was drive from home to work, and that's it. He wasn't even allowed to go to a grocery store because of his anklet.
Oh, Jesus.
But they still found him on another dating website asking women to rub cheese on his penis. So they said, we're not effing around with you. We're going to go after the charges. But they weren't as good as the first build up to this whole thing of the cheese. Half on my
Did they happen to have an interview with his wife? I just want to know what the hell she thinks about all this.
No, I seen nothing about them. I seen a little got all technical. No, nothing about the at home or arrest. Especially that Swiss cheese was already in his pocket.
Oh, Jesus.
That's it. Oh, I'm sweating to death from laughing. That's my ace in the hole.
Well, I have another article here, and I'll bring it back to more serious, and because I am just transplanted and living in this hot, super tundra of Florida.
Okay.
I will do a Pennsylvania story that I happen to find. So, Falls, PA, wherever in the hell Falls, PA may be. You live in Pennsylvania for 40 some odd years, and you still get towns that you've never even freaking heard of.
You said it was Falls, Yep, Falls, PA. Got it.
Got it. Where's it at?
I should have put it on maps. I'll keep talking. I'll let you know.
All right. So Falls, PA. So to bring this a little more serious, and I think this woman's nuts. But 73-year-old woman who spotted a cobra outside her apartment door Monday sprang into action, grabbing a shovel and using it to kill the serpent, according to multiple reports.
Hey.
She had looked out her her kitchen window around 2 p.m. Monday after hearing birds squawking. She found the cobra slithering across her porch. She says, when I opened the screen door to see what kind of snake it was, the birds flew away and I saw the spot on its back. I kind of nudged its tail. I'm sorry. If I see anything that resembles a cobra,
Yeah.
the first thing that I'm not going to do is nudge its damn tail.
What? It's a cobra in Pennsylvania.
She nudged its tail. It came up and spread its hood, and I said, "That's
Uh,
a cobra."
That's when I would be like, bye.
Bye. See ya. So I saw it take off, and I was like, "This animal can't be here. It's a poisonous reptile. I can't have that poisonous snake where there are little kids." Animal control experts later confirmed that the snake was indeed a 4.5-foot Asian cobra.
Oh my God.
I was just concerned for everybody else because not everyone would know, she said. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
A cobra.
It was
And
something in the report about like how it got there. Do they have any clue?
they might have a clue here. They said the news station reported that she believes the snake might have been roaming her apartment complex for months before Monday's encounter. Authorities had removed 20 venomous snakes from another apartment in the complex in March. Officials were not certain the snake had escaped from that roundup. Wildlife experts recommend that anyone who sees a venomous snake, leave it be, and call the authorities. Don't nudge its tail.
Yeah. That's all in. George, you see all the alligators they're finding in Pittsburgh area?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that. There was 3 of them?
Yeah. And that's probably
3 of them they found?
that buys them as pets. They get too big and they don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, and they just dump them. I mean, we got enough places to dump them. I mean, the poor son of a guns won't live through a winter there, but
Yeah.
No. I was just saying they won't live through the winters there. That's for darn sure.
No, yeah, because I do have pet tarantulas, and they wouldn't make it outside. They croak in a heartbeat.
Pet tarantulas.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's like having a goldfish, except for it's furry and vicious.
You know, a cat or a dog couldn't have done it for you?
I have a cat too.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna leave it there for those. I think that people have had a taste of this. If you're listening, we're gonna have this let you know on Facebook. I might do some little editing to this and add it to the YouTube channel to get that up and going. Again, we gotta get into this full force. But we wanted to talk about what's coming to Pittsburgh here shortly.
Absolutely. It's our favorite time of the year.
Furries.
Yeah, boy!
Gotta have the furries. It's the 14th year of it.
Yep. Thursday, July 4th, 2019, will be returned to Pittsburgh, the Anthrocon convention.
Now, who the hell picked this date? Because you know as well as I do that the point and all areas surrounding the point on July 4th are going to be packed with thousands of Pittsburghers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say packed with many thousands of drunk Pittsburghers.
Yeah.
And we're going to have the furries out running around amongst them.
Yeah. They're going to be everywhere with all the drunks and everything else going on.
And in fact, one of the first events is on July 4th from 1:30 to 2:30. You will find a furry Gateway Clipper cruise.
Oh, really? No way.
Absolutely. So
The parade was always first.
yeah, actually the parade is July 6th at 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't have the website pulled up, but those are the only dates that I have available. But
I was looking at the parade itself, the parade guidelines so far. But I will say these people never cause a problem down there.
no,
I've actually seen on YouTube where different, furry conventions have been different places where they've destroyed hotels, and I've never heard anything bad happen in Pittsburgh. In fact, let's see, every year changes. Where'd it go? The theme for this year is Surf Pacific, and they raise proceeds for different animal charities. And I forget what it is this time. They just said it.
Surf Pacific.
Surf Pacific, yeah.
Surf Pacific. Yeah, no, I mean, those usually go off without a hitch. I just
I don't
know why they decided to have that at the same time as one of the biggest gatherings in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and plus the drunks in Pittsburgh. It's a long weekend. Them being here, I just don't see it mixing in their favor.
No, but you know, they got the whole convention center to themselves probably, and
this year they're donating the proceeds to Pearl, Pearl. It is the education to current and potential parrot or bird owners. Unwanted or found parrots rescue.
no, that's a good cause.
Yeah.
Oh, people buy those birds, you know, the parrots and stuff. They outlive most of us.
Yeah, they do, and we don't think that when we buy them.
Yeah, and unless you have family that you know you've worked it out with, like, you know, it'd be stupid for me to buy a young bird at my age, you know, and unless I talk to the rest of my family, and you know, fortunately I have kids, and say, hey, you know, whenever I croak, you know, you want to take this bird, you know, but a lot of people don't do that. They buy the what is it, parrots, macaws, things like that just live.
Yeah. I guess this year they're actually having, I don't know from last ones, but this year they're having a special guest, Sonic Fox, who is a 4-time EVO champion and a winner of the 2018 Best Esports Player. So I guess he's a Twitch guy.
Ah. And don't say you don't know what's going on. You know you're down there.
I've actually wouldn't. I go to comic book conventions, and I won't lie about that. I go to the one in Monroeville. Used to be twice a year. I didn't make it once yet this year. Hopefully I can with the change up of everything going around. But there's always a furry or two there, and yeah, you've seen one furry, you see just about them all, but I've seen some unique shit sometimes. One I seen there was a bat, and I'm like, you never see a bat. Everybody's
Right.
a dog or a wolf or a cat, and this one's a bat. And and plus they make some people make their own from scratch.
Well, that takes talent.
That takes talent and time and money.
And if I happened to be back there, you know, I would have been right downtown with my damn iPhone.
Oh yeah.
Taking pictures.
David Lawrence Convention Center. That's right beside the point.
Yep. This is going to be an interesting matchup.
Wow, all 4 days for a ticket, even if you're just hanging out.
Yeah.
$65 for all 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Not bad, right? That's less than $20 a day.
Yeah.
What is that? $15 a day? 15.
Yeah, because you buy 1 day, it's $35.
So you buy a 4-day pass and get in there and see them all.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people do that. Like just go to as dressed, as themselves, and just go to the furry convention.
Oh, there's tons of people because you go down to the they have like a buying floor, just like a comic book convention, but they sell those instant tail that you can just clip onto your back of your pants and the fuzzy ears. That you just gets into that.
So you could be halfway furry.
Yeah.
You're the spirit of furry, but you're not a real true furry.
Yeah. Let's see, I can give you a report from the WTAE, WPXI, everybody's talking about it, so I guess it brings millions too to the economy.
It does. It does. I can't remember. I can't remember from past conventions like the number of people that it brings, but if I remember, it isn't just a small little group of people. I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, who's got a calculator on them?
Calculator. Hold on. You want me to bring up the calculator? Jesus Christmas.
Divide 295,000 by 14.
295,000 divided by 14. 21,071.
That's how much each year the Anthrocon raises for charity each year being here in Pittsburgh. Just Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't. I know they always talked about the economy. It's really good for stores and stuff. It brings people downtown. But
Yeah, Joanne Fabrics probably increases business.
Yeah. Restaurants. I mean, there's so many restaurants that you go down there, they say furry friendly. They go in costume and eat there and sit.
Oh, hell.
Bars are furry friendly.
Well, let's see here. It looks like we're almost upon an hour. We did an hour show with just a handful of news stories.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, hey, people, we're kicking it off again. We have a better schedule. We're staying away from this political era that we're in now. My thought is we get enough of it shoved down our throats. Why do I have to do a podcast about it too? Why not do something that brings a smile or something that other than that into our lives? We have our personal opinions. We'll just keep them to ourselves, and we're gonna have fun.
Unless we go to war, then it's all off.
Yeah, then we're gonna be talking about that, and I'm gonna be stuck in front of television like no tomorrow. But another thing we're looking at, and it's an idea that's being tossed around. I'll make mention of it here, but I might do something to push it a little bit more. I started this to be my confessional.
Swiss cheese.
Pound and a half. We want to hear stories, since we're both veterans. We want to hear veteran stories. We want to hear happy ones, joyful ones, remembering ones. I want to get somebody else's voice out there. This is a way to make it last forever. One way or the other. It's going to stay on my hard drive. It's going to stay out there in the Apple area. It'll probably stay on Podbean forever, because even if I quit paying, it'll stay there forever in their archive. So it's a way to get your story out there, you know? Cool. Yeah, I wonder if he had pool noodles. Now you brought it back up. Pool noodle stuff with cheese.
Can I get a pound and a half of baby Swiss?
That's what I'm gonna get busted for. A pool noodle and a pound of baby Swiss all stuffed in it. But we want to get your story out there, and we're gonna work on ways to do that. It could be an interview style. It could be like a 2-minute style. We can get the emails going, see which ones we want to pick. But we're gonna work on that. So that's coming up in the future. And we're gonna be doing a lot more. We're gonna get this weekly, even if it's like we just did. I got 52 minutes, some odd seconds with just our little stories here.
Right.
Funny as hell. But that's what we're gonna work on.
Right, and also want to let anyone know if you come across any funny stories. If you come across any stories, you can always email them to Buzz or myself.
Yes, I'm gonna have to get the email addresses up there for FlJagoff. We still have the number that's connected to the Facebook site. If you like us, if you're hearing this, follow the Facebook page, the Buzzard's Nest Podcast. You get information to contact us there. We pop up a few little memes here and there, but we don't try to flood your system so you're sick of us. But we do let you know when a new podcast is coming up there. That, Instagram, and everything else, you can find that on Facebook. Anything else you wanted to add?
Nope. I think that's about it for tonight. Had a good show with you. Had a good time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. And everybody, hey, it's Buzzard Nest Podcast. Give it a listen.